I know it was.
Recording in progress.
Call to order the regular meeting of the Rio Dell City Council. Roll call, please.
Mayor Gardens,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Carter,
Here.
Councilmember Orr,
Here.
Councilmember Wilson,
Here.
Councilmember Woodall.
Here. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Whenever you're ready, Rosa. So, ceremonial matters. This is the time when we want to honor, we, the city of Rio Dell, want to honor our veterans. There was a time way back when every veteran came back and they were honored and they were heroes. And then there was that ugly time in the late 60s, 70s when they weren't, which was shameful. But today we look at our military and we honor them and we appreciate them and we thank them. I saw this online and I wanted to bring this to the city council, and it's only a couple minutes. What I would like to do is if you would stand up when your version of the military song is played, that would be wonderful, but you know, don't feel pressure. So thank you to our veterans, and Rosa, would you start this?
Some chills. We're always ready for the call, and always ready. Oh, and now be there, send them around to the God. We're always ready.
Supervisor Arroyo.
Yes. No. See those listening. No.
Everybody. Thank you. Thanks, Jeff. Public presentations. This is the time for persons who wish to address the council on any matter not on this agenda and over which the council has jurisdiction. As such, a dialogue with the council or staff is not allowed under the Ralph M. Brown Act. Items requiring council actions not listed on this agenda may be placed on the next regular agenda for consideration if the council directs, unless a finding is made by at least 2/3 of the council that the item came up after the agenda was posted and is of an urgency nature requiring immediate action. Please limit comments to a maximum of 3 minutes. Hello.
Hi, City Council. My name is Tom Norton. I was here a couple weeks ago and I missed the following meeting afterwards. So I'm just going to go back through with what I'm asking. My name is Tom Norton. I'm the owner of Shots Coffee located here in Rio Dell. I'm here tonight to respectfully request the City Council consider a review and reclassification of our business's sewer strength category under Resolution 1536-2022. Currently, our coffee shop is classified under the high strength category, the same as full service restaurants, markets, and bakeries or butcher shops and other food processing operations. After reviewing the city's own rate resolution and studying our actual water use, I believe the classification does not accurately reflect the true nature of our wastewater discharge. At Shots Coffee, roughly half of our total water usage goes directly into beverages that are sold to customers and do not enter the sewer system. The remaining water use is primarily light dishwashing and rinse water, not grease, oils, or solids typically associated with restaurant wastewater. This means our actual discharge categorizes are much closer to local strength users such as car washes or laundromats, which have minimal organic load and suspended solids. The city's own classification table in Resolution 1536-2022, Exhibit A, distinguishes between coffee shops without dishwashers and garbage disposals, medium strength coffee shops with dishwashers or garbage disposals. High strength, since our shop does not operate a garbage disposal or produces minimum food waste, we should fall under medium or low strength, not high. Furthermore, low strength users such as washes and laundromats discharge similar rinse water without heavy contaminants. Our wastewater profile aligns far more closely with these businesses. Under Prop 218, all utility rates must be based on the proportional cost of service in the city's 2025 rate structure moratorium. The finance director states that sewer rates are appropriately differentiated by strength classifications to reflect actual treatment costs for different business types. So what I'm asking is to request a review. Based on these facts, I respectfully request the city's reevaluate our sewer classification using the city's engineering discretion under Resolution 1536-2022, considering reassigning our business to the medium or low strength category and adjust our EDU calculations based on actual winter water usage. As the resolution allows, we are happy to provide data including our monthly water usage records, beverage sales ratios showing the majority of water leaves the premises, and any other documentation of cooperation needed for verification. This request is not about avoiding our fair share of costs. It's about ensuring our sewer rate accurately reflects our true impact on the system. By aligning our classification with the city's own definitions and Proposition 218 standards, the city will ensure the sewer rates remain fair, equitable, and legally consistent. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. They're safe.
I just, yes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Warren, and I'm here just to say, let's not forget the fire hydrants that need to go to the dog park. Okay, that is my big message of the night. Looking forward to that still. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Any hands raised? Any emails?
Yes, we have one. So it says, Rio Dell City Council, I'm writing on a few matters. First, to a general comment on the Davis Street Park, I would hope the council would consider a skate park. It would be a great way to bring people and commerce to Rio Dell. The new Willow Creek skate park has been a huge success. Second, when looking at the budget, it seems we need to find other ways to continue to bring a more diversified revenue stream. Has the council ever considered a sin tax on alcohol or cigarettes? We have a cannabis tax, and with the bar and liquor store being our other main business seems like something to consider. Third, I've been requesting through email and calling, but I have gotten no return call on the city budget. It seems the general fund is pretty straightforward, which is why I can give a clear public comment on that topic. But the enterprise funds is where it seems to get a little more confusing and unclear. I cannot follow the flow of money from these funds. I see $807,172 in revenue after expenses in the water fund to fund the city manager and whatever else. I see $41,804 after expenses in the sewer fund revenue. When added together, that is $848,976 in revenue in both water and sewer, which are considered the enterprise funds. These numbers are not matching up to what I see in the summary table. Can someone please explain and help me understand this? As far as the special revenue fund, I'm not sure what that consists of. I have emailed staff to try to better understand, but they only said for me to attend the meetings and study sessions. If there is a study session I'm not aware of, could someone please let me know when it is so I can attend? Thank you very much for your time. Signed, Angelina. That's it.
Thank you. Now we will move to the consent calendar. Is there anyone who would like to remove an item from the consent calendar?
I would like to remove item 3, please.
Anyone else? No, can't bring email. Then is there a motion to approve items 1, 2, and 4 on the consent calendar?
So moved.
Have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Motion carries 5-0.
Okay, item 3 is the Rio Dell Elementary School District's developer fee justification study, which, well, we all have it. I'm going to cut right to the chase. There is no $5.17 per square foot tax on residential development. The study said that that was the maximum they could impose. They did not opt to impose the maximum for a variety of reasons. Tiny bit of background: for the last couple of years, the school district has been working really hard to come into compliance to be eligible for Prop 2 funding and facility and financial hardship funding. They've had to tick a bunch of boxes that the state requires of them. The very last one was this developer fee. To be eligible for these funds, they have to show that they've exhausted all local resources. They hired this firm to do the study to try to get an exemption from that so that they wouldn't have to charge a fee, but they would still be eligible. It didn't work. They do not qualify for an exemption. That being said, I went to the public hearing. We did have a local contractor there who gave a very, very good and detailed and straightforward presentation about what kind of impacts that would have. The school board really did not want to do even this. It passed 3-2. So we had 2 members dissenting on even imposing a $1 fee. The reason they went with $1 is because it is just a round, easy number, and it's still cheaper than Fortuna's developer fee. And they needed to have it be something where it looked like they were actually trying to check this box. If they charged like 0.11 or 0.0001 cents, nobody would take them seriously. So there was much debate over this. They really thought that this was unfortunate. Every single board member said they had in no way want to deter any kind of development in the city of Rio Dell. at all. This is not fun for them. They are backed into a corner, and have decided then to impose a $1 per square foot developer fee for residential and 75 cents for commercial. I believe storage units are staying the same at like 0.6 cents or something like that. So that's where we landed on this. I hope you didn't read this whole thing because it sounds really scary, but there is no $5.17 per square foot development fee. It will be $1. Pass 3-2. So just wanted to clarify all of that. That's it.
Thank you very much. Any questions on that? Anyone? Any hands?
So,
Yeah.
I do have a quick comment.
Okay.
The last week or last meeting, the school district passed the development fee. Isn't that what they told us in the meeting?
No, so that was a notice of public hearing that they would be discussing it at their meeting, which took place it was last Thursday, so November 13th. Was their public hearing and their vote. And so the public hearing was to assess what should be charged, with $5.17 being the maximum that they would be allowed to be charged. When the meeting and the hearing closed and the school board actually discussed it and decided to vote on it, it went to $1.
$1.
Yes,
So that's what they had.
that's what they passed.
Okay, so is that mandatory for the city?
The city won't be collecting the fees. So the school district will be in charge of actually collecting the fees, and then people will have to come to us with verification that so we don't have the responsibility to make sure that fee gets paid. Is that what you're asking?
Oh, yes. Is that nothing through the property tax? Is that how they?
No, it's actually not a tax. It's just a straight up fee. It will be part of the permitting process. But the city staff will not be responsible for collecting the fee. When we issue building permits now, there's a couple little boxes that have to be checked, and we will simply add a line that says, school district developer fee, and they'll need to go down there to the school to deal with it, and then bring a piece of paper up to us with their permit materials that say, hey, yeah, this person has paid that.
Okay.
So it won't be our city staff that's like explaining this to people.
Essentially, the school will?
The school will handle that part, yes.
Yeah, so it's only, is it levied on the chart through when someone comes and applies for a permit?
It's just a line item on the permit, am I right? It's part of the checklist. So when somebody comes and gets permit materials, they'll say, here's your stuff and here's the list of things you need to bring back. And that we've just added a line to that.
But only on new construction.
But only on new construction over 500 square feet.
Over 500.
And anything
Yes.
over 500.
Anything over 500, and it will not apply to senior housing.
To what?
To seniors only housing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the idea being that senior housing wouldn't produce new students for them. So they wouldn't charge that. Yeah,
Sounds reasonable.
so get ready for a lot of senior housing permits. Yeah,
Since this is based on producing new students, people that send their children out of district should be exempted from this?
good, don't know, that is up to the school, and again, the city doesn't have any jurisdiction over this.
Just trying to figure out,
So I believe there's some relationship with, like the Fortuna, like I think Fortuna Elementary District does charge a developer fee, but the high school district does not. So if we have local residents here sending their kids to, I don't know, I don't think I'm answering what you're asking. What are you asking?
I'm just, because mine are high school, so I shouldn't have to pay.
No, you only pay this if you're a developer and you say, I'm gonna build a new house over 500 square feet in the city of Rio.
So somebody could easily put a garage in their backyard.
Yes,
500 square
over
feet.
500 square feet is all it applies to.
It does apply to the garage?
Additions.
It depends on additions,
Of 500.
500 square feet.
If it's
Or new
500 square feet, then it applies.
New construction, yeah, so this fee, we aren't all gonna pay this fee on our own square footage. It's just new construction over 500 square feet, additions.
Additions and new construction.
So are we passing a resolution?
We have nothing to do with this. I'm just
The
giving you,
information, it was just on the consent calendar.
Yeah.
We got it.
in the staff report, all it tells us is that the maximum they're allowed to impose is $5.17 per square foot. So all I'm doing is clarifying, that's not gonna be the fee. It will just be $1.
It's a receive and file.
It's a receive and file.
All right.
And then, is there a motion to? Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I
no.
apologize.
I don't know if I need to go for a just ask right here, but do you know when it's gonna be implemented?
I think 60 days from the time that they passed it, which would have been November 13th. So is that January-ish?
Okay, and would there be someone like on the website, so I don't have to bother the nice ladies in the office? Like who I speak to at the school, like?
I would assume, I don't know, because I'm not actually, again, this isn't city stuff. But I would imagine that you would just go to the front desk and there are ladies. So I don't know if they're gonna put something on the website or what, but
Okay,
yeah,
it'll be a line item on the permit,
yes.
but no other instructions of what to do. Just-
Well, they will provide any other instructions on what to do. So you'll get the permit and it'll say, oh, looks like I gotta go to the school, and then they'll tell you what to do from there and give you the paper that you need to bring back to the city.
Right, okay, so the line item will be the instruction.
I'm assuming so, but the
Okay.
line item will direct you to them
To
and
them,
they
and
will
they'll
give you,
provide
yes,
what they need.
yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, cool, thank you.
yeah, of course.
Very good. Yes. Emails? Sorry about that. Is there a motion to pass the receive and file Rio Dell Elementary School District Developer Fee Justification Study School Impact on consent calendar?
So moved.
The motion is second? Second. Have a motion in the second. Motion carries 5-0. City manager staff updates, page 57 in our packets. City manager.
Thank you, Mayor Barnes, members of the council. So I did attend a meeting of the Humboldt Housing and Homelessness Coalition, and there has been some concern that recently has also appeared at the Board of Supervisors and the Los Coast, Atlas, various other news media about changes in the federal funding formula that would shift funding away from permanent supportive housing towards transitional housing. So those would be shorter term housing programs. And we're going to continue to monitor this. I think the timeline for the latest information that I've read about it is maybe a little bit longer than was originally feared, because the changes are going to start to be implemented in January. But again, there's a 2-year runway for the transitional housing programs and whatnot. And so, as the council's well aware, we have a permanent supportive housing project in Rio Dell off of Center and Rigby. And we'll continue to monitor that. I'm not necessarily as concerned as I was during the initial meeting that there would be a direct impact on that particular project, but we'll be certainly monitoring that in the future. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions that the council may have and return back to the mayor.
Thank you, city manager. Councilmember Orr? Councilmember Wilson?
On this, through the parks that you're, has the school come up with a price on what they want for the Davis Street Park yet, or?
I think actually Councilmember Carter would
That's back to me.
be more up to date.
No, I think the next step would be an appraisal. Part of the parameters of the grant we applied for was we can't make any moves on purchasing anything until we get an answer in the February-ish. I have not told them to go ahead and get an appraisal because I'm worried that that might look like a violation of what the grant parameters are. Where they stand, from what I can see and from what they tell me, is they're gonna hold tight till we have money lined up, and then we're gonna push. Because if they declare it surplus, the city only has precedent for like 60 days or something like that. So they can't declare it surplus until we're ready. Anyway, as far as the price, no, there is no set price. I think that was gonna be up to an appraisal.
So they're gonna wait to get the appraisal.
Basically,
The appraisal when we have our ducks. Then we have.
yeah, we're in the waiting game now, and then we'll go back to them when the time is right.
Yeah, then they'll get an appraisal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Councilmember Woodall? No. Mayor Pro Tem?
No cats transported to Miranda's. And that is it for me.
Thank you. Any questions from the public? I'm sure it's in emails. Okay, then we will move to, thank you, staff. Thank you guys for always being on top of everything and doing a really, really amazing job for the city. We will move on to ordinances and special resolutions. Item 1, 2025/1118.06, second reading by title only and adoption of ordinance number 416-2025, removing section 10.05.780 and amending section 0.05.020 and 10.05.790 of the Rio Dell Municipal Code, restricting parking of specific commercial vehicles in designated areas within the city. Page 61 in our packets, City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor Garnes and members of the council. So this is a second reading and potential adoption of the commercial parking ordinance. I'm going to give just a very short, brief presentation, and then we'll go ahead and open up for the public hearing, receive public comments, deliberate, and then provide any additional direction to staff, if any, and then move towards either the potential adoption or continuance of this as we continue to work through some of the language. And so, as the council is well aware, the issue of commercial truck parking in Rio Dell has reared its head over the course of this year, related to the number of commercial truck drivers that we do have in town, and then the potential impact of parking on infrastructure, traffic safety, neighborhood impacts, and the like. So the proposed ordinance has been worked with through the traffic committee, as well as a special representative of the truckers with the traffic committee. There were several meetings, including coming up with this final draft, or next to final draft. And so including the definitions of commercial freight vehicle, commercial trailers, a new permitting system to allow for parking in residential areas of the street with specific street restrictions, most notably Wildwood Avenue, which would be limited to 2-hour parking, provided that the city has it appropriately posted, which is a legal requirement. Certain exemptions, which are mandated by law, which would be for delivery vehicles and vehicles used for construction activity under a valid building permit, and of course emergency vehicles, and also an ability to do fines for violation, and also permit transferability between, for example, if a rental truck is used while the owner's main truck is being worked on or under some sort of repair. So the costs of implementing the ordinance are de minimis. Some new signage would have to be erected onto Wildwood Avenue, and staff is, based on the prior direction from the council on November 4th, we are working on a resolution to update non-commercial vehicle parking limits on Wildwood Avenue to restrict that to no more than 2 hours in specified zones. And that will be a forthcoming item at some point down the road for the council. So back at the first reading of the ordinance on November 4th, the issue related to kind of circumvention of the 2-hour limit was broached. And so staff, the only amendments to the draft ordinance relate to trying to increase the language to prevent circumvention of the traffic limitation in the 2-hour parking by simply moving the vehicle up the forward vehicle lane. So with that, I'm happy to try to answer any questions that the council may have. And again, recommend that we open the public hearing, receive public comments, deliberate, and provide any direction to staff who see fit. Thank you.
Thank you, City Manager. Councilmember Woodall.
Yes, just one question. The 2-hour parking will just be 2-hour parking. The sign by the Triangle Park right now says 2-hour parking between the hours of something and something. And then on Sundays, it's different. But now it will be 2-hour parking all the time.
It will be 2-hour parking period for commercial vehicles, and then with the subsequent resolution on basically in front of Memorial Park, City Hall, and Triangle Park, the council will have the option of including all vehicles, which will simplify the signage. Under the state law, for this type of restriction, each area that is being restricted has to be appropriately signed in order for it to be enforceable.
And so if it passes tonight, then it's 30 days before it becomes official.
Correct.
And if we do have trucks parking, if we pass it and we do have trucks parking there, I hope we'll give them a courtesy notice to, saying, hey, this is fine today, but as of this date, just to give them a heads up that it will be changing.
Yeah, the city has really wants to work with the truckers in the community to try to make this work and not immediately.
Oh, good. Yeah, I wanted them to be aware. Okay, thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem?
No questions, thank you.
Councilmember Warren? Okay, and I just wondered, so you're getting, I don't know if you've already ordered signs or you're waiting to order the signs, so they're either gonna say commercial trucks for 2 hours, or they're just gonna say, depending on a subsequent agenda item and decision. So in 2 weeks, will it be on that agenda? Because now we have this 30-day thing. So in the 30 days, we want the signs to go up like in 30 days, right? But if we have to wait to find out as soon as possible. But then if we.
I think we still have some signs that can be put up. Yeah, they're just older and can be replaced.
Awesome. Okay. Well, is there any questions from the public? Any hand raised? Any emails? Okay, then I will close the public hearing and ask if there is a motion to adopt ordinance number 416-2015. Related to commercial vehicle parking. I'm sorry, Dan. I'll make a motion. You have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Motion carries 5-0, and we will move on to council reports and communications. Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you. My next 2 REDEC meetings have been canceled because they align with Thanksgiving and Christmas. So sorry, I have to go to a Eureka meeting. Our next Chamber of Commerce meeting will be December 1st at 6 p.m. at the Community Resource Center at 406 Wildwood Avenue. The tree lighting and truck parade will take place on December 6th, also at 406 Wildwood Avenue at 5 p.m. Anybody interested in helping the Chamber put up Christmas decorations? I think they're doing it the weekend after Thanksgiving. You don't need to know where they are. Just drive around and look for them and hop out of the car and say, hey, I'll help you. They will always take your help. Most importantly, this Saturday, the Resource Center, the fire department, the school, and a couple different local churches have all gotten together to put on our Rio Dell community dinner. What that is a Thanksgiving dinner that is free to everyone. If they want to come down, it's from 3 to 6 p.m. It's gonna look really nice. It will be plated and served to you, and we just really want everybody to feel special and cared about, and like they have somewhere to go. So spread the word. Come on down, 3 to 6 p.m. school cafeteria this Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Wilson.
One question on the gentleman that asked for the thing to be put on the agenda, is that?
No, I don't think he was asking, I think he was asking for a review, and that would be, I think he was asking us, correct me if I'm wrong, for a review or a reevaluation, and that actually is the actions of the staff, so I would think if it was coming from us, it'll be to direct staff
To review
to review and yeah,
his status.
yeah,
I just wanted to be thorough.
yeah, that's.
Right. The only other thing, RCEA is next Monday, not next Thursday. And, the third thing was, today was they opened the southbound lanes of what you call it, the inner, what do we call it?
Indianola undercrossing.
Undercrossing, and they have a name, thoroughfare there. Anyway, the southbound lanes are open and they'll work on the northbound, which is a good thing. I have personal reasons for it, but it's a good thing that they finally got this done after I don't know how many years this has been beat up. So kudos to the county and the state for making that happen. That's all.
Thank you, Councilmember Orr.
I don't have anything to report, but Thursday at the HCOG meeting is the huge undertaking of going over the unmet transportation needs. Hundreds of pages, I was told, so
Sorry.
yeah, enjoy.
Councilmember Woodall.
Tomorrow at 3:00, we're having the nuisance abatement committee meeting here in the chamber. And so if anybody wants to attend, please come. And after being gone for 2 months, if you have to get stuck somewhere for 2 months, Georgia is. So that's it. Oh, I'm glad to have you back. Absolutely.
And I will be in Ukiah and Hopland the next 3 days. The Great Redwood Trail Retreat, which is going to be in Hopland, and we're going to do some tours. It is the retreat is on the Great Redwood Trail Agency, so there's nothing coming back. No money's asked from the city of Rio Dell. It's going to be on them. I think that's all I have. And since we won't be back together, have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your feasts. Enjoy your families. And their motion.
So moved.
Their motion is their second.
Second.
Adjourned until December 3rd, or I think December 2nd at 6 p.m.
Yeah.